Hi everybody, this is Todd with the Forex Nitty Gritty Insiders daily video. Hope you're having a fantastic day today and the market's treating you well. We are seeing a little bit of upward momentum happening on the euro dollar here. This is a 30-minute chart, although at the moment we're seeing a little bit of a movement down here. We just came through the news hour. No real earth-shattering news events, but we're seeing some strength in the U.S. dollar, kind of across the board on these pairs here. One thing that I wanted to point out today, and I want you to make sure that you recognize, is the fact that we're looking for these areas here in order to take a trade. And what I mean by that is we're looking for areas to pull back so that we can identify when to get into a particular trade by looking at the highest high of the last three. Now, pullbacks are important, and I'm going to write on here pullbacks, or sometimes we call them retracements. And those pullbacks or the retracements are simply when the price, after a move up, begins to move back towards the support area. Now, we can use multiple things. We can use the moving average. We can use the prior swing highs or lows. The goal is that we are able to identify certain times when we would enter into a trade using the simple trading method as it begins to retrace back in towards an area where it's going to experience some of that upward or downward pressure that we want to see in relationship to that trend. So if the trend is up, we're getting these retracements or pullbacks towards those areas of support and looking for a move back up. Now in this case, if we were to look for what's happening currently, and again, this is probably not the ideal time because of news, but if the price moves above the highest high of the last three, right now, the highest high of the last three is going to be here, right in this area. So, and I'm just looking at these three candles right there. So we'd be looking for a move up and for it to really show that it's going to start to move back in the direction of that trend. Now we can also use, a moving average to help us identify the trend. So let's put on here just a 40-period simple moving average. You can see that it acted a couple times as support. So in here, those are areas where we're going to identify some potential opportunities to enter into the simple trading method. And that's on the 30-minute chart of the euro dollar. Now for what we're looking at, we could look really at any time period to help us identify those entries. Now here on the 5-minute, you can see that the trend is actually down. And so the trend will be determined based off of what's happening with that time period's momentum. And this would have been an entry right here as it moved below the lowest low of the last three. So take that and keep it in mind. Remember that the basic rules are to identify the trend, look for support and resistance, look to enter in as it begins to move back in the direction of the overall movement and really be able to take that movement and use it in our favor. And if you can remember that, you'll be trading just the way that you need to as the market helps us identify those potential areas. So with that, we'll wrap it up for today. If you have questions, feel free to let me know. And we'll be back tomorrow to take a look at how the markets continue to move and look for opportunities to trade. So until then, have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.